Hi book friends, it's Jenny at Julia Baby Jen's Reading Room, and today I'm going to be talking about my May TBR. So I'm back! I haven't been on my channel and I don't know how long it's been, maybe 3 years? I don't really even remember. I kind of just stopped doing it. I got so busy working and we were moving and all kinds of stuff was happening. It was just crazy. Well, I decided to go ahead and do it again, get back into this. And today we're going to start with my May TBR. I am going to be doing a series of videos May 1st through 5th. This is the first one to celebrate my birthday, which is on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And I'm not telling you how old I am. So first of all, my TBRs are kind of like suggestions. I make a huge list of books, and most of the time I read stuff that's on the list, but not always. I usually try to pick from the list. I just like to have a lot of options, I guess, depending on what mood I'm in to read. But this month the list is a little different because my favorite book group on Facebook, TBR and Beyond, is doing their annual middle grade May. So in the month of May we read middle grade books, which is so much fun. This is I think the 3rd year that we've done it. We have a little challenge and it's so much fun. And the nice thing about middle grade is they're usually pretty quick reads, so you can read a lot in a month. First I need to start with some library books that I still need to read. So first I have In the Garden of Spite by Camilla Bruce. And this is a historical fiction account of the Black Widow of Laporte, I'm not sure how you say that, but it's a real life murderer, and I've heard this book is just intense and awesome, and my library had it, so I went ahead and checked it out. So I'm very excited to read this, and I'll let you know what I think when I do. So this is definitely something I'm reading in May. And the other library book I have is Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nedra Glover Tawwab, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. This just happened to be on the shelf at the library, and I was like, I'm working kind of on setting boundaries for certain people in my life, and I think this might be very helpful. So it looks like actually a pretty quick read. I kind of flipped through it a little bit, but I'm hoping this will give me some good advice and some practical things I can do in my own life. Okay, and then on to the middle grade books. These are in no particular order. I just made a big stack of books that I'm hoping to read. First I have The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. So I found this not long ago at Target pretty expensively, and I heard a little bit about it, and I love anything about animals, so I thought I would like to try this. The Bronze Key by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Magisterium series. And I've had it on my shelves a while and thought, well, maybe I should finally get to this book. This series is really fun. It's basically like a magic school where the kids learn magic, and the main character in the 1st book realizes that they might actually be part of the bad guy thing. It's been a while since I've read it, but I do remember that stands out to me, so it's kind of like almost an anti-hero story, which is always interesting to me. This one's actually a library book too, City Spies by James Ponti. This is a fairly new series, I think, and the sequel takes place in San Francisco. This one takes place in Paris, and any series that travels around to different cities, I'm all about that. I think that's so much fun. So this is, this one's Brooklyn, codename Brooklyn. Sarah Martinez is a hacker. She recently broke into the New York City foster care system to expose her foster parents as cheats and lawbreakers. Interesting. Instead of being hailed as a hero, she finds herself facing years in juvenile detention, banned from using computers. Enter her mother, a British spy who offers her a way out of her current problem and the chance to make a home for herself within a top secret M16 agency. So that sounds kind of fun. And then I have The Burning Maze and The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. This is the Trials of Apollo series, book 3 and 4. I'm very behind on my Rick Riordan reads, so hoping to get a little bit more caught up. Star Chaser by Angie Sage. This is the third book in the Todd Hunter Moon series, and I'm very excited to finally get to this. I think this is the last one in this series. I loved her first series so much. The Septimus Heap series is one of my favorite series of all time. It's one of the few that I've read that really gives off a good Harry Potter vibe. At least the first couple of books in Harry Potter, and that's my favorite. So it's fun when I find something that kind of compares to that a little bit. And I love how these are written. They're cute little square books. They have the deckled edges. They're just so cute. I just love these books. But this will be the last one to read from Angie's. I think this is her latest book. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm done reading Angie Sage books. Hopefully another series is coming out, or maybe it's already out and I missed it. And then I have Peter and the Secret of Dune by Dave Perry and Ridley Pearson. This is a third book in this series. I absolutely love this series. It's basically a Peter Pan retelling, and it's centered around Peter and the pirates and the island and everything. So it's just so fun. It's one of my favorite series I've ever read for middle grade. Then I have Everyday Angel by Victoria Schwab. This is actually a bind-up of the 3 novels that make up this series. So this is the entire series. And I love Victoria Schwab, so I thought I would try it. Flunked by Jen Kalanita. This popped up on my Amazon and looked adorable. It's Fairy Tale Reform School, the first book in the series, and it just looks so fun. Then I have Bridgette Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the third book in this trilogy, and I'm so excited to read this. I just finished Tunnel of Bones not too long ago. This is like a paranormal mystery series. The main girl, Cassidy, can see ghosts. She actually survived an encounter with death, and that's why she can see them, and she can actually also slip behind the veil and see the ghost. And her parents are big ghost researchers, and they're creating their own TV show. So the series is them going to different cities and exploring all the haunted places. And of course, that's so much fun for Cassidy because there's 1,000 ghosts wherever they go, and they don't have a clue. And also, her best friend is also a ghost too. But the first book takes place in Edinburgh, which was really good, and then Tunnel of Bones took place in the catacombs of France, which was really creepy and really good. And then this one takes place in New Orleans. Then I have Eva Evergreen, The Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. I honestly don't know a lot about this. This is one of the group reads for TBR and Beyond in May, so that's why I grabbed it, because I wanted to read it since it was a group read, but it looks freaking adorable. The cover is so cute. The Young Unicorns by Madeline L'Engle. This is the third book in the Austen Family's Chronicles series. This is the writer of A Wrinkle in Time, and I absolutely love that series. And so I've slowly been working through the Austen Family Chronicles, which is actually like just a normal contemporary series about a family. She did base it off her own kids, though, and some of their exploits. So a lot of that's in these books, so it's kind of fun. The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. So this is the first Descendants novel, which I have stayed away from all the Descendants stuff so far because I've been wanting to read the books. So I'm finally going to read the books, and then I can watch the shows and yeah, get all into that whole world. Then I have Lost in Babylon by Peter Larangis. So this is the Seven Wonders series. This is the second book in the series. I read the first book last year and really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It's a very fun adventure story. I'm trying to think. It gave me off certain vibes when I was reading it. It kind of reminded me of a Rick Riordan book. It really did have that feeling, but I felt a little more serious. Then I have Gregory and the Prophecy of Vayne by Suzanne Collins. This is the second book in her middle grade series she wrote, I think before the Hunger Games is when she wrote these. And I read the last one last year, and I absolutely loved it. It's about a secret world that this kids in New York City go to through the laundry room door. There's like a hidden door, and they end up like underground in the pipe system. And there's a whole world down there of all like basically the sewer creatures, but they're life-size, like life-size rats and that kind of thing. It was a little creepy, but it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Then I have Chains by Laurie Halse Anderson. Laurie Halse Anderson is one of my favorite writers, and this is one of her middle grade books. She actually has, this is actually a trilogy. So it takes place around the Revolutionary War, and it's all about blacks in the Revolutionary War. I don't know a lot about it other than that, so I'm really interested to read it. She really is good at conquering sensitive topics, and she's really good at educating people too. So I'm really hoping to learn a lot through this. I did meet her at the Tucson Festival of Books a couple years ago, and she signed the book for me. She said, "Jenny, best reader ever." We talked for a really long time. She was so lovely. I loved meeting her so much. Then I have Fablehaven, Secrets of the Dragon Sanctuary by Brandon Mule. This is the 4th book in the series. I love this series. It's all about this hidden fairy world. The main characters who are in this are kids, and their grandparents have a sanctuary for the fairy world around their property, and they go there to visit them in the summer, and it goes from there. At this point in the story, we're way beyond that, but that's how it starts, and it's such a fun series. I love this one so much. There's still a sticker on this one. This is Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I have heard so many good things about this series. I think the 9th book just came out, and they had this pretty inexpensive at Walmart, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I'm excited to start this series. Then next I have a trilogy. I have Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen, and then the sequels are Rise of the Wolf and Wrath of the Storm. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but I thought at least I would read the first one, which I believe is signed. I think, yeah, my friend got this signed for me. Ooh, I lost something in it. Looks like a tattoo. To Jenny, Make Your Magic, Jennifer Nielsen. And I love her. We've corresponded a lot by email for different events, and she's a lovely, lovely person. I don't know what this series is about. I loved her middle grade series, The Runaway Prince. That series was amazing. I finished it last year, so I'm ready to start a new one by her. The Screaming Staircase by Jonathan Stroud. This is Lockwood and Company. This is the first book in the series. This is supposed to be a good mystery series, so I'm really excited to start this. I have, I think, the first couple of books, but I thought I would just start with the first one for now. And then a few books I don't have yet. I'm planning on reading Enola Holmes, the 2nd book in the series, which is The Case of the Left-Handed Lady. I read the first one not long ago, right after the show came out, and I loved it. It was so fun. So I'm really excited to continue on with that. And then also I'm going to be reading Aerosh, the 3rd Aerosh book, which is Aerosh and the Tree of Wishes, I believe. That'll be up here. And that's the 3rd book in the series, and I absolutely love this series. It's a Rick Riordan Presents series. It's by Roshani Chosky. So this is the 3rd book, and it's very similar to that. So yeah, I'm excited to read that one. All right, so tons of reading to do in May. That is my May TBR. I'm so excited to get into these MG reads. I wait for this every year. I read middle grade reads throughout the year a little bit, but generally I tend to save a lot of them up for May, so I can just read them for a month, and it's so fun. I highly recommend, if you've never read a middle grade or haven't tried that you try one. There's a lot of YA authors who have written them now, so if you have a favorite YA author, maybe check and see if they have some. Like you saw, I have Victoria Schwab in here. Who else did I have in here? That's Catherine Applegate. There was a few more, I can't remember now, but there's a lot of YA authors that have their own. Roshani Chosky, actually. She has a YA series. So check and see if there's a YA author you like who has written a middle grade book or series, and check that out. You might really enjoy them. If nothing else, check the library. Sometimes you can find them pretty cheap for your e-reader too. So that is my TBR for May. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books or would like to read any of them, or what you're planning on reading for May. I would love to know that. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And I hope your cup is always full. I'll talk to you later. Bye.